Senator Warren, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So cryptocurrency is now the method of choice for countries to evade sanctions so that they can fund weapons programs, support spying, and promote cyber attacks. Crypto crime is hidden, but we know that in 2022 alone, there was over $20 billion in illicit transactions. We also know that Russia, Iran, and North Korea moved around at least $8 billion using crypto. So let's focus for just a minute on North Korea. This one country stole a record-breaking $1.7 billion. According to the UN Security Council, North Korea uses its crypto crime to fund its nuclear weapons development. General Barrier, you lead the Defense Intelligence Agency, which collects intel on foreign militaries, including on North Korea. When North Korea launders billions of dollars worth of crypto and funnels it into its nuclear program, does that threaten our national security?
Certainly, Senator, as North Korea steals that money and then tries to turn it into a legal tender, which at great cost, as you know, that is helping them build their nuclear capacity, and that is a threat that we recognize.
Thank you. So, Director Haynes, earlier this year, the U.S. intelligence community, which you lead, put out its annual threat assessment in which you identified North Korean cryptocurrency heists as part of a, and I'm going to quote you here, sophisticated and agile espionage, cybercrime, and attack threat. So let me ask you, does a sophisticated and agile espionage, cybercrime, and attack threat undermine our national security?
Yes, absolutely. And just to pull it apart, to say that it's not just, although obviously the funding is critical, it's not just the funding of essentially nuclear programs that the DPRK may have involved in, but it's also posing a cyber threat to important networks, and that's part of what it is that we see as this national security threat.
Thank you. So let's move to another example. A 2021 study found that nearly 5% of the world's Bitcoin mining takes place in Iran. The biggest crypto mine in the country is run by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and is backed by Chinese investment. How much sanctions evasion are we talking about here? Well, one crypto exchange alone, Binance, has processed $8 billion worth of Iranian transactions since 2018. So, General Barrier, when the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps uses crypto mining to replace revenue that they lose through sanctions, does that threaten our national security?
Senator, I think it certainly threatens our U.S. forces in the region. Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, is one method of how they finance their operations, so I think it's certainly a component of that, yes.
Okay, thank you. And I'm going to do get one more example in here, and that's Russia, because Russia is ransomware central. The most prolific and dangerous ransomware gangs are thought to be run by criminals in Russia. Russia-affiliated ransomware gangs have stolen from American schools, American hospitals, American power stations, and American businesses. Director Haynes, do you know what portion of ransomware is paid in crypto?
So we assess that the vast majority of modern ransomware operators demand cryptocurrency, and when those demands aren't met, they probably, are paid in that form. But part of the challenge for us in terms of identifying specifically how much is being used, is using cryptocurrency, is that all ransomware incidents or payments aren't reported or documented.
Fair enough,
so we just
fair
don't
enough.
have
But
that.
when the HSGAC committee, Homeland Security Committee, put out its report, it said basically it's 100%. Does that sound about right to you? This is a business model built on crypto, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, the vast majority, I think over 90% is perfectly reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, General Barrier, does the fact that ransomware gangs in Russia and around the world are using crypto to demand ransoms from American hospitals and schools and power stations and businesses, does that threaten our national security?
I believe it does, Senator, yes.
Yeah, I appreciate this. I appreciate your answers. You know, just think about what we're talking about here. North Korean nuclear weapons, Iranian sanctions, Russian ransomware, drug trafficking, human trafficking. Some of the major threats to our national security are facilitated by crypto. And that is why Senator Roger Marshall and I will soon reintroduce our bill to crack down on illicit crypto activity. Our bill is not about SEC regulation or cracking down on crypto investor scams, although I think we need to do that. Our bill is about law enforcement and national security and keeping our country safe. Thank you.